Hannity talks forever.
I think very quickly. Let me just say, so I heard DeSantis saying, oh, well, I get 8 years, I get 8 years, he gets 4. You don't need 4 and you don't need 8. You need 6 months. Within 6 months, I said, within 6 months.
That was really good. That was really good. That was really good.
I think you were at West Point at the time.
Yeah.
And you were coming down a ramp.
Yeah.
It didn't have a rail. You had dress shoes on like you have now, which have very slippery soles.
Correct. They look a little better, but you better not walk in rain. That's true.
I just really want to reduce the amount of criticism and the amount of smack talk towards President Trump. Tone it down as much as I can, because we already have enough Democrat whack jobs and liberal weirdos who are already doing that. And I can name a few crazy people, TYT, and other weirdos who are already doing that. But anyways, so let's get into the show today. I'm using fair use and copyright because, as you guys know, I got struck down by Newsmax of all the news companies imaginable. Copyright strike, boom, shut down within 15 hours and deleted my video. So, yeah, if I get 2 more copyright strikes, I could permanently get my channel deleted, and any future accounts associated, any future YouTube channels that are created will get the boot, will get permanently deleted. I do not want that. And I feel so sad. I feel so bad because, I want to show you guys rallies of DeSantis. I want to show you guys rallies. I want to show you rallies of DeSantis. I want to show you rallies of Trump. And I need to make sure I'm under the doctrine of fair use. And I need to provide my commentary and education purposes and reporting purposes. All right, so we're just going to do, I would say, 3 clips so I can fall under the fair use doctrine. I do not want to get any strikes. And I'll be watching this on my own time. And if you guys want to know what the video is called, it's President Trump and Hannity. And there's a lot of really funny pictures and reactions and stuff. But, all right, so this first one is called Trump Reveals Action He'll Take in First 6 months as president. So we'll go ahead and watch that clip right now.
Let me focus on the issues that I think bread and butter issues that impact everybody. I want to know, if you get elected president, how fast you're going to be able to fix our borders, bring us back to energy independence, how quickly you might be able to work to change the school system, bring back law and order and safety and security to this country.
Hannity talks forever.
I think very quickly. Let me just say, so I heard DeSantis saying, oh, well, I get 8 years, I get 8 years, he gets 4. You don't need 4 and you don't need 8. You need 6 months. Within 6 months, I said, within 6 months.
That was really good. That was really good. That was really good.
Other than, you don't need 8 years. And frankly, I wouldn't vote for him because he said, you need 8 years, you need 6 months. We're going to drill. We're going to get our energy down. When the energy comes down, other things come down. And we're going to take care of things. We're going to immediately close up the border. We had the greatest border. We had the safest border in the history of our country.
Safest border.
Now we have the worst border in the history of the world.
The worst border.
And I say this during rallies. We love our rallies. But I say it there's never been a third world country that allowed people to pour into a country. They'd stand there with sticks and stones if they had to. What's happening to our country? But in terms of doing it, you don't need 8 years and you don't need 4 years. We can have a lot of it done because these guys are amazing. The oil guys, they will be. In fact, I had it so low that we had to raise it or they would have all been out of business. We had so much oil, we didn't know what to do with it. We bought a lot of it for very little for the Strategic National Reserves that he then took to keep the prices down before an election. We had the Strategic National Reserves almost full. And then Biden came along and took it to keep prices down. It's called artificially down. And the thing is almost empty now. And that's meant for times of war. It's not meant to keep a price down for an automobile. It's meant for war, for real problems. And we had it 75, think of it, 75 million barrels. And I bought it for peanuts. And Congress, I had to fight Congress, and the pricing was so crazy and so good. And we needed a place because we had so much. So we started filling it up. This guy comes along, and he takes it for automobiles, for people before the election, so the price could keep down. Now it's totally empty. It's the emptiest I think it's been in 50 years.
Down 48%.
And it's so sad.
Down
and by
48.
the way, the price is still very high.
I don't think gas went over $3 a gallon, if I'm not mistaken.
We had it down to $1.87. We actually had a little period of time where we had it lower than that. So,
we had it lower than that.
But the energy companies, the oil companies weren't going to last. We had to say, I had said, wait a minute, I love it in one way, but in another way, they're all going to go bust. We got to get it up a little bit. But we had it down to $1.87. But we had a period of time where it was much lower than that. It was too low, actually.
So we have.
That's a good problem, by the way. That's a much better problem than it's at $6 and $7 and $8 and $9.
Hey, Sean Hannity.
Yeah, that was really good. I thought President Trump was really funny right there. Yeah, he always cracks me up, and yeah, I mean, I really miss his videos. I miss his coverage. So yeah, I mean, yeah, this is what I really like. I mean, I can't lie. That was a really good dig, I thought, right there. He said, it's not going to take 2 terms. It's not going to take 8 years. So I'll have it done in 6 months. And let's just keep pushing. Let's keep pushing. All right, so this clip is called Trump. This is very dangerous for our country.
According to a recent Harvard-Harris poll, the majority of Americans now believe, quote, Joe Biden was involved with his son in what is an illegal influence peddling scheme. And yet, as far as we know, despite a mountain of evidence, now the FBI had Hunter's laptop since December of 2019.
Well, they're being protected, and it's a one-sided system. It's a very unfair system, but they're being protected. Look at the time that Biden said about the $1 billion to get rid of the prosecutor. Now, can you imagine if I said that? $1 billion to get rid of the prosecutor. You talk about tape. That's on tape. That's so illegal what he said.
True.
It's America's money. We're not going to give you $1 billion unless you get rid of the prosecutor that was prosecuting his son and his son's company, even though his son didn't know anything about energy or anything else, and he's on the board of an energy company, getting paid a fortune, by the way. No, the whole thing is crazy what's going on, and it's so bad because it makes them look so bad. You know, we talk about borders, we talk about elections, but you can add our justice system. If it's corrupt, if the people think, if there's any perception of being corrupt, and when you look at all of this criminality, like the laptop has so much stuff on it, it's so bad, it's so evil.
Crack smoking Hunter Biden.
And yet they don't want to do anything. It even affected the impeachment, because impeachment hoax number 1 and 2, if they read the laptop and they had the laptop, should not have proceeded, because I was right.
Yeah, definitely.
And it should not have proceeded. A lot of people said that. But there's a dual system of government. There's a dual system of... you talk about law and order. You can't have law and order in a country where you have such corruption. And the corruption is... and they fight so hard not to give the papers. With me, they make up papers. They fight so hard not to give a document. Now, how bad can this document be? And it's very dangerous. I think it's a third point, but it's very dangerous for our country.
True. That was really good right there. Really, really good. I love the way how he emphasized that, how President Trump emphasized that if there was the Hunter Biden's laptop being shown to the public and not, swept under the rug, then perhaps that might have shed light, and perhaps, the impeachment proceedings would have had a different outcome. So, yeah, that was pretty good right there. The last clip I'll watch would be, I really want to see the one with Biden. Trump reacts to Biden's fall. It's sad, unquote. All right, let's go.
I want to start with the current president. Did you see the video of when he fell?
Yeah.
And did you see the video? He actually said, By the way, I met with, who are those guys that are going to fly over shortly?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's your president right now.
Not too good.
Not too good.
It's sad. It's sad. It's not, they're representing, we are all representing the country. You become president, and you're sort of not allowed to do that, but it's happened. It's happened, and it's happened pretty badly. We won't go into it, but we all know the ones, and they count those acts, they never forget. But that was a bad fall.
I remember remember the media made so much. I think you were at West Point at the time.
Yeah.
And you were coming down a ramp.
Yeah.
It didn't have a rail. You had dress shoes on like you have now, which have very slippery soles.
Correct. They look a little better, but you better not walk in rain. That's true.
Especially downhill on a ramp.
It was very interesting. I think I made my best speech. That was my best speech. And I was so proud of it. It was pouring.
Nice.
It was pouring.
Everybody's clapping.
And
okay, I respect that.
I said, this speech was so good. And then I said, how do I get down? Sir, you have to go down the ramp. I said, the same one I came up, it was a long, like an ice skating rink. And they said, yes, sir. And I had the general next to me, the commandant of cadets, nice guy, big guy, strong guy. I said, General, and he's wearing combat boots. They don't slip too much. I said, General, get ready, because I may have to grab you here. But I said, I'm not falling. There's no way. So I'd go tippy-toe down the thing.
I'm not
That was a mistake.
I'm not falling.
Because it didn't look so good. I even agree it was. But I got killed, and they never covered that speech. I said, it was my best. Someday they'll, in 100 years, they're going to put that speech on. I really, but you can't fall. You just can't fall, no matter what. Just can't allow it to happen. And
nice.
I better not allow, especially after saying this, I better not allow it to happen with me. But things like that do happen.
All right. If you want to watch the full interview, go to foxnews.com. Go to the Fox News YouTube channel, and you could also just search President Trump or Trump Hannity, and you'll see all of the clips Fox News has. So thanks, Fox News, for providing these special clips that we get to report on education-wise. But President Trump, as you guys know, is a Gemini. And, as a fire sign, I have a natural, very kid-friendly relationship with Gemini. So just a lot of love with me and Geminis. And, I get along with a lot of Geminis, women, men. And, just a lot of jokes and a lot of goofy messing around every time I'm around Gemini. So, Trump is a Gemini, and, he just always brings the kid out in me, and I just always have to laugh. And he really makes me feel good. He makes me feel like I have common sense. And say what you will, I know I'm backing DeSantis, but I still like the guy. I do not hate him. And, it is what it is. And, the Republican primary and the Republican nomination is still in the balance. And write a comment. Let me know what you think. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. And I'll see you guys next time. What did you think about President Trump talking about Biden's fall? What did you think about President Trump talking about his impeachment, talking about the Biden laptop? All right. Take care, guys. I hope you have a good rest of your day.